Oh, I think that fixed it. I think YouTube is live now. Hey, there we go. Very, very nice. Cool. I'm so sorry about that. I will not waste any more time. Okay, just for the sake of the YouTube video, I think this video started a little bit later than the other stream, but basically what we're doing is more storyboards. I've explained the situation in previous videos, but the long and short of it is that we are doing some storyboards for my animation inspired by JRPGs and anime. So we're gonna have a cool chill sesh. I got my music, got my bev. I promise. Oh yeah. And here comes the fun part. I just I just said, oh yeah, no more delays. I'm definitely gonna get started right now. I just remembered that I need to go deal with my laundry, so I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm so sorry. Okay, for real this time, I'm back. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna pretend like I'm starting the stream right here. So, hello, denizens of the internet and other adjacent dimensions. Today we're gonna be doing some storyboard drawing for my series Homesick Adventures, which is inspired by anime and JRPGs. And so we're doing some storyboards for the 5th episode. This is probably the 10th session that I've done. Now, honestly, it's probably more like 6. But I can tell you one thing for sure. This is the 3rd intro I've done for today, so enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to some script writing. Cool. Start it there. Let's cut it there. Here's my music. Cool. So, music's playing, stream is running. I'm pretty sure it's running on Twitch as well. I'm not gonna check. I'm just gonna let ignorance be bliss. So, here's the frame we did from last time. And now I'm going to bring my music down just a little bit. I'm going to go to the script and let's take a look at what we got. So last time we left off here. This is the last line we did. So we are on we're about to start page 15 of 17. We are very much in the home stretch and we're almost done with this fight scene we're working on. I cannot tell you how excited I am. As I mentioned last time, this fight scene has been a long time coming, but also I'm excited to get past the storyboard phase and get into some actual animation. So let's, without further ado, get back into it. So, now we're at the point where dozens of hands emerge from the glow surrounding Hero and rush towards Kakuto. He does his best to dodge and fight back, but he keeps getting hit and grabbed. The hands slam and throw him around the room. And then he has a line, "Impossible, where did all this power come from?" Which is, without a doubt, the cheesiest line possible, but I did that on purpose. Okay. Let me duplicate. I want to do this. So what I'm thinking is I definitely want this to be a Dutch angle because I have the shot kind of in mind of how I want this to be. It's a very dramatic shot of Hero very far back. And one problem I just realized is, I was thinking about this after the stream, which is, I don't know, it kind of behooves him being closer to the ground, but I have him floating up to the air in one of these shots. Yeah, that one. So I'm debating if I want to... Well, I think I'm going to need to bring him back down to the ground at some point, but I'm trying to figure out where that is. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that. The great question, can I fit another finger on this hand? You know what'd be really wild is if, and also as a joke, they all have 6 fingers per hand. You know, there was a guy, I want to say in the UK. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. There's a guy in the UK who I saw this on like Discovery Channel or something when I was a kid, but he was actually born with 6 fingers. Shit was crazy. And basically the way it worked was his thumb had like an extra digit right next to it. So in order to flex that 6th digit, he had to like move his thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why 6 fingers seems interesting to me. It's just a unique visual. One thing I've been kind of lax about... Oh, you know what? This might actually not work. Because what I wanted to do with these hands that come shooting out of him was I wanted to rotoscope them, and I very obviously don't have 6 fingers. I could fudge it. I could put like a fake prosthetic extra finger on me. Or I could just rotoscope another finger in. I think this definitely needs to be a Dutch angle. I might pause for 1 second to check the audio levels. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to really stop the stream again. So I might just pray. Alright. Just for the sake of expediency, I think I might start copying and flipping. It's supposed to be dozens of hands, right? So I'm not going to sit here and waste a bunch of time. I've got enough variety as is. Whoops. Alright, come on, Chris. Don't have to get super sloppy and speedy. I want to be fast, but I want it to also come out well. This is definitely a case where the tablet is definitely more ergonomic and better for drawing, drawing. Just anything that requires like that painterly touch. But when it comes to like doing precision work, it definitely behooves to switch to the mouse. So I feel like I'm not even giving interesting factoids. I'm just kind of just stating the obvious. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Then we'll do a flip. We'll do... Okay, that's Shift T. I could probably speed up my workflow a little bit if I actually learn the damn shortcuts. I like that he's framed to one side, but his hands are just almost like engulfing the viewer. I like it. All right. The hands thing is definitely... Like, last time I mentioned the reference to, like, Buddhism and, like, Hinduism. Like, there's obviously that motif. But part of why I'm doing this is also because I did a rotoscope effect with hands. It was literally just like I filmed my own hand and made it the power that was coming out and doing the attack. You see that in episode 1, part 2 or whatever. Let's get a Dutch angle. Does that look okay? Hold on. Let me figure this out real quick. Don't want it going out of frame too much. Line him up on the third. This looks okay for now. But yeah, because of that rotoscoping thing that I did before, this is kind of like a callback to that. And I might do this with rotoscoping again, if for no other reason than to make my life easier. Though the 6 fingers thing definitely is going to make things harder. Okay, so now I need to show Kakuto dodging. I could reuse this same shot. God, what happened to his hand? That is not appropriate. Let me fix that. I can't tell if that looks better or worse. You know what? Whatever. I'm overthinking it, per usual. What I really pictured for this dodge shot was he's standing here in his combat pose. How do I want to do this? Thank you, Pose Man. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. And he goes, oh shit. He steps back. Boop. Okay. Now we finish. Now we duplicate. And can I repurpose this? Maybe, yeah. Let's give it a try. I mean, worst case scenario, I just end up deleting it anyway, right? So I think I'm going to do this as 3 shots with, whoops, with him jumping back in the most anime way possible. It's always one leg up. And don't worry, I will move him. Damn, that actually doesn't look too bad. You know, despite the false start of this stream, I actually feel like my drawing is, well, I won't say improving. I'm definitely not getting any better. But I don't know, maybe it's just working more efficiently. I've got a feel for the tablet. Of course, now that the script is basically over. Okay, and then I'm going to move him. I have a feel for the tablet and I have a feel for the workflow for GIMP's weird eccentricities. Okay, and I'll give some direction. Good enough. I'm debating if I want to have it be several frames. I definitely want to show... Oh, okay, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go back to this one, and then we've got... I'm imagining he like just barely misses it, or just barely misses him. So these are like the hands swinging down. What the fuck happened there? So maybe trying to imply motion. And I just made it hairy. Way to go. I've got an idea. So they're swinging down. And on this shot, there's a big plume of cloud because they hit the ground. Let me get rid of this. Did I do this right? Yeah, okay. And I don't think this is an explosion, but dust. All right. And I'll move him back a little bit. Okay, think of that. All right, while I'm thinking about it, bloop. And then I'll change one after the next frame will be I'll change to his perspective. The arms are oops. Probably a bit bigger than that. Arms are there. So I go back. He dodges out of the way. Oh, that actually looked pretty cool. That was almost animation. So now, the same one. Okay. So now we get a POV of the dust cloud. Or maybe not even POV, maybe over the shoulder, just to give it context. Oh, fuck. Dust. Somehow all my characters look like either a thumb or a dick. Well, when I draw them at least. Alright, sorry, let me check on stuff on the side. Alright, we good. Okay. So what's going to happen is the hands are going to come through the dust in his perspective, and it's just going to be shots of him attempting to dodge before getting grabbed. This one, I feel like the hardest part is just figuring out the framing and figuring out how to illustrate it. But I've got this whole scene basically in my mind as it should be. Though this dust shot with the POV and the hands coming out, that was something that just occurred to me just now. Oh, and I know a good way to save time. Excuse me. Okay. I really need to make those changes I was talking about to the stream, because it's still a very cumbersome setup, and I need to make it more efficient just to make this process a lot easier, especially as I go into the animation process. And I mean, I think honestly the animation process will be a lot more repetitive. This will be more like, this is where it requires a lot more thought, so it's like the stream not being set up very efficiently is definitely more of a pain now than it will be during the animation process. But that said, I should definitely still fix these things. Okay, so in terms of the time-saving thing I just mentioned, boom, I already got the hands copied. What it do, baby? And I'll position it in a way. I want to show the arc. Those, like, arm arcs. And I was going to rescale this one, but actually I think it's okay for it to be one to be a little smaller. Sorry, I'm thinking through the shot. I want to make it very... I was going to put it, like, way over here, but I want to make it clear that it's coming through the smoke and not going around it per se. Anchor, paste. What if I did one that was just like... Bloop? I think 3 is a good number. Good. It's almost like, is it upside down Triforce? I don't know. I don't know why, but that's just the association that comes to mind for me. And the implication is that though Kakato was kicking ass and styling on them the whole time, now he can't even properly dodge these guys. Alright. A little bit of cleanup, just so it's a little bit clearer. And we keep moving. I'm not even really taking note of when, like, how many frames I'm going to do today. I'm just going until I can't go anymore. I'll just go until my voice gives out. That's the beautiful thing about Saturdays. You can just do it. I'm going to be cheap, and I'm going to copy that guy. I mean, it's the same pose, right? It was a good drawing, so why not recycle? What? What happened? Oh, did I copy from the wrong layer? Damn it. Yeah, I think I was selecting the wrong layer. My bad. I wasted everybody's time. Boom. Okay. Oh, actually, I do want him a little bit closer. Definitely weighted to the right side of the frame. Thinking. Because I want to illustrate that they're flying at him. They're almost like they're almost like streamers, like they'll fly past them and then fall down. So how do I illustrate that? By not overthinking. So they're grabbing at him. No. Whoops. Ugh. You know what? I think I'm going from 6 back to 4. This is bullshit. And I'll move him around on the frame just to help illustrate that. So then now I'll take this guy. Oh, yeah. And again, it's like a party favorite, so it like misses. And also we're moving back, so yeah, that makes sense. Bloop, bloop. Another hand. It's like all these hands flying around grabbing at him. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back and move him around a little bit. Hands come out. I think in this frame I could probably move him forward a little bit. Just so when we go from frame to frame, it's very clear that he's moving back and dodging. And this one. Oh man, my voice is already starting to hurt a little bit. Alright, see what we got. Dodge. Hands come out. Whoops. Oh, we need one more. And then I'll just get rid of this one altogether. And then this guy will now also wilt. I don't know if I have a better name for it. And then I think I'm getting to the point where I need to check the script again. So he dodges that one. Take a look at this. Boom. Dust. Hands come out. He dodges. They don't seem to like they're getting close enough. I don't know. Maybe I should just start adding text again. Text in quotes. Where was the first one? Oops. Oops. Doge. Friends don't let friends invest in Doge. Ugh. I'm having a little bit of concerns about this shot. Not conceptually, just more about how I'm presenting it. Presenting it in the storyboard, that is. They're not coming close enough. Nah, I think I'm doing okay. So here is what I'm going to do. Duplicate. Erase that. I'm going to give one blank frame. And then yeah. I'm going to do this. I have an idea for what to do, but let me go check the script again. Whoops. Tons of hands emerge from the glow surrounding hero. Oh, you know, I just remembered something. Sorry, real quick. I just don't want to forget about this. Did this before. Let's do it again. P. Times 12S. Okay. Back to the script. Dozens of hands emerge from the glow surrounding hero as and rush towards Kakato. He does his best to dodge and fight back. Ooh, fight back. I didn't get that. But keeps getting hit and grabbed. Maybe this next one's a punch. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this so I can still have that blank frame. And then this one, I'm going to swap it out for... Or not swap it out. I'm going to remove his body and draw him punching. Actually, maybe I can keep his arm. Maybe I can keep everything except for his arms. Let's try that. Talk about supreme minimal, or not minimalism. It's supreme recycling. I'm gonna have to twist his body just ever so. Made him a bit beefier than I meant to, but that's okay. That is A-okay. Whoops. I'm thinking maybe instead of that blank frame, I'll have him like charging an attack. I'm actually going to move him a little bit further back so I have more room for the tendril arm thingamajigs. But by having him back in the frame, it's very clear that like this is pushing motion. Like there's a lot of movement in it that's implied from your eye. Thinking the hand came up and then now got deflected. Whoops. I got an idea. That kind of looks like a hand, right? Sure. So I want this one to be the charging attack. Let's copy a drawing that I've done before. Alright. Sorry about that. There we go. And maybe he's like mumbling magic words here. What I'll do is I'll duplicate. And what I want to show is him surrounded. I did copy that right. Okay. Like it pulls the camera out. Okay. There you go. Back to the previous frame. Not that one. Here's what I'll do. It's not lazy, it's efficient. Okay. Nope. Here. Control C. Control V. Let's give it a rotate. And let's do another one. Oh, actually, let me flip it. So at least creates a little bit more variety. Getting a little jumbled. Maybe that's okay. Just trying to find a spot where they're not overlapping each other too much. Yeah, like right there. Sure. I mean, it's very clear what's happening. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, oops, I doubled up one of them. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna fix his face and keep pushing forward. That's the one mistake I keep making in this, is I keep obsessing over making the drawings perfect, and it's like that. I've said this before, that's not what this is about. Let me at least change his expression. Oops. Gotta make sure to keep that eye covered up. Cool. Fight back. Keeps getting hit and grabbed. So I think after this, I'll do like he like just barely dodged, and then after that they grab him, slam him on the ground, and he gets out of that too. This is already dragging on longer than I mean for it to be. So yeah, let's try to wrap this up, or wrap up this portion of it. It's all right. Duplicate. Whew, it's getting warm in here. So I might make this more dust. Oops. The hands coming in from different angles. Okay. Let me just make sure it's clear which direction this is going in. Alright. Now I want to do like a hero slide with Kakato. So he's sliding back. Actually, I'm going to do another frame. I was going to skip this, but I feel like it's good illustration. That before he even has a chance to really recover... Here. Smoke. He came out of the smoke, the dust, whatever. dust. And like right here. Actually, I'm gonna leave that arrow there because maybe he's still moving. Like he's not even fully decelerated yet. And I'm picturing like, I think I've said this before, the Wall Master from Zelda. The speed, the power. I should have just copied it, but I'll just do this really fast. It's good to have a little bit of variety in the drawing. But it's also good to get the fucking drawing done after 6 months. 6 months overdue. Okay. Oh, that was that last shot. And then now he's being grabbed. Okay. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to do that realistically. Make it very clear that he's literally in a bind. Whoops. All right. Now I want him to get slammed on the ground. I'm trying to figure out how... Sorry, just a second. At some point, I will have to get up and deal with my laundry. Holy shit, it's already been an hour. I'm going to go a little past an hour because of so many false starts. But, yeah. Actually, just for my own sanity, let's save. I'm not going to stop right now, but I just want to kind of take inventory of where we are. Ooh, the saves get longer and longer. Oh, come on, baby. I think today's definitely going to be a 40-day. I need to make some serious progress on this shit, and it'd be awesome if, I can get this whole thing done this weekend. Okay. This is from today. That's from yesterday. So, 485, and we are now at 501. So I'm well over 20. I will do a few more. Sorry, just checking on stuff. Let me go back to the script. So he gets slammed to the ground. And maybe he busts out. I don't know. That's tricky. This is going to be a tricky one. But I'm going to try to go at least until he gets slammed on the ground. Because, well, hold on. If I do him getting slammed down and then breaking free, then maybe that's the stopping point. Him breaking free, not necessarily getting slammed. Let's just do the slam, and I'm going to take a break. Sounds good. Okay. Whoops. Double clicked. 501. Can you believe it? Okay, so he's grabbed. And I just want to show very quickly. Like, this thing is wasting no time. I love how no matter how fast he moves, you never see the other side of his face. And maybe when they slam down, it's not dust this time. It actually is like a fiery explosion. That might be kind of fun. I feel like this angle is not exactly what I wanted. No, it needs to bend the other way. Yeah. Because that's how motion works, Chris. And I'm going to make some tweaks. I also realized this whole time I haven't really done much to show where Hero and the Tome are in context. No. Ugh. Escape. Oh, excuse me. How am I going to do this? I definitely want to zoom in more. So let's do that. Trying to find the most dynamic angle. I also definitely want to get closer to his expression while he's being swung. Where in the arc makes the most sense? I'll just do it here. I'm overthinking it. Once again. Trying to do that fuzzy stuff that they use to imply speed lines. This doesn't look quite as good as I was hoping. Well, alright, I'm doing the thing again where I'm just like, oh, it doesn't look good, so I gotta erase it and start over. It's like, no, let's just proceed. I know and you know that he's being swung to the ground. Actually, it'll be even more fun. It's like a little mini nuclear explosion. And I do want to give Hero some more context. Ooh, that looks awful. Just keep going. Don't even think about it. All right. I want to show the tendrils going into the explosion. Sure. And then... Well, actually, I don't have to show him breaking free because I think the explosion implies enough that there was some form of disconnect. Alright. So now I need to transition from that explosion shot to him being able to say the line. I would imagine after a blast like that, he would be pretty incapacitated, but I don't know. Maybe that's something for future Chris to figure out. By which I mean Chris in the next 15 or so minutes. So I'm gonna take a break, quick little break. Oh, it's only been an hour and 3. Yeah, I'm gonna take at least a 10-minute break, and I'll come back and I'll pick this back up. So yeah, BRB. All right, sorry about that extended break, but I am back, ready to dive back into the Matrix and disconnect from all you other NPCs. Whatever, I'm just going to put my fucking music back on, and we're going to get back to some drawing. Oh, actually, that last song, I actually paused it right at the end. So I pressed play and it didn't do anything. Okay. Cool. So Kakato's been slammed to the ground. I think what I was thinking of doing is... what was I thinking of doing? So he's slammed to the ground, and in some way he needs to get back up so he can do his line delivery. I just thought of something, actually. I'm gonna... Oh, I deleted that. Delete that layer. I actually kind of want to present this a little differently. So I'm going to duplicate this. Go back to this. Delete this. And I want to show the arms slamming down from a wide angle. And Kakato is there. I just want a brief frame where we can see him getting slammed down. Do the floor like this. And y'all know how I love my Dutch angles. All right. This guy. Kind of dig that. Cool. So let's review. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Deflect. Charge up. There's all these hands around him. Dust. He just barely dodged. Gets caught. And then slammed down. And then there's an explosion. I actually kind of like that, how goofy it is. Part of me was tempted to make this like a heart-shaped explosion, or like a broken heart explosion, but I feel like that's it's a touch too far. So what happens? Maybe he is injured on the ground after the explosion, and then he slowly picks himself up to... That's a tricky one. Bear with me. Yeah, let me try that. I did duplicate. Okay. Duplicate. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. So I'm thinking top-down shot. He's on the ground. Like that. Again, this is way more detail than is possible in the show. Well, maybe I can kind of illustrate out his limbs a little bit. Yeah, he looks dead as dicks. Well, you know he's not dead because I didn't do the X's for eyes. He's fine. Oh, he's got a bit of a muffin top. Oops. Whatever. Does he slowly get up? No, that's not going to look right. I was thinking about making like the ground smoldering around him, but it's just going to look like he's charged up. I'm just going to take some notes. Just so it doesn't look like he's like stumbling. This is a tricky one. How am I going to do this? I don't know if I want him to just get up slowly. That kind of brings the energy down a little bit. Hands hold Kakuto down. Maybe he sits up. This is a tricky one. This is a very, very tricky one. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh god, microphone noise. Both way. Maybe his eye... Okay, maybe I got something. Maybe his eyes flash open right before the hands, like, grab him again. And he, like, barely catches his landing. I think I kind of like that. Yeah, let's try that. If for no other reason, then it's going to make my life a lot easier. Drawing mouth is so difficult with this style. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. Working around the fact that a lot of these characters don't have mouths in the JRPG sprite sheet thing. Alright, duplicate. Oops, fuck. How do I showcase the hands at this point? Do I go from his point of view, or do I keep it top down? That's a tricky one. These are all very tricky to make this look like just right and convey everything correctly. I forgot to mention at the top of the stream that I did just fix my router. The router issue that I was having that was causing everything to slowly drop the stream and all that. So hopefully it should be a much smoother experience. On my end, it looks like everything's going good. So hope it stays that way. Definitely seeing improvements in stability at the very least. I don't think I should change the angle. So I think I'll just duplicate this guy and just put hands over him. And then, unfortunately, I can't use the hands from before. This could be a very striking shot if I knew how to draw fingers. What do I know? I'm drawing hands with six fingers. I'll draw like 3 hands and then start copy pasting. Because that first one was an embarrassment. I'll do one more. Getting this shit pushed in? Absolutely. Alright. Copy that guy. What is... I need to learn the lasso tool so I can... Let me try to start using shortcuts right now in like the 11th hour. So what is this? L? F. Of course. Fuck. I gotta get the Photoshop shortcuts out of my head. Alright, so F for this, and then what was it? I think it was Shift T. Oh, oops, hold on. Copy paste, Shift T. Okay, yeah, that's quite a bit faster actually. I mean, no shit. Boom. And what is this? Can I just hit enter? No, of course not. F, select this. Control C, Control V, Shift T. I really want to imply some kind of like depth. They're not just like around him, they're also above him. Did I copy? I copied this one to there. There should be 6, right? Oh, there are 6. Fuck, dude. Okay. So duplicate. So now, it's once again... I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to draw this one at a Dutch angle. So boom. And then once again... arms, go back in. And I think I'm going to draw Hero and the tome in the background again. Sorry. Okay, I think I got how this is going to break down. So I like that I'm giving context. Actually, that looks really cool. That's very good framing. If I do say so myself. Oh, fuck, I also got to remember that he's got the Hindu hands around him or whatever. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate this. And then now I want the same dodge pose from earlier, but at a different angle, so... more in the foreground. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to show him trying to do a land and recover, but he's just so battered he can't stick the landing. One leg up. Do I get to draw a cockatiel butt for once? Let's go. I don't know if you see those little waves, but that was me laughing. That's how fucking sensitive this shit is. I really need to get my tablet fixed. I need to get my Cintiq fixed. I need to get the stream set up properly. There's just always shit to be done. Then he comes out this way. His hair looks all fucked up from this angle, but it doesn't matter. We know who he is. Okay. I want to show him, like, doing the same superhero landing, but, like, doing a tumble as part of it. Maybe I can copy it from before. Where's that one he was doing on? Yeah, this guy. We're going to get a lot of mileage out of that drawing, let me tell you. Alright. Oh, I'll just duplicate it. I know I've been saying a lot like, oh, I need to get this stuff done. I need to quit nitpicking and wasting time, but I think there is some merit to saying, like, no, I actually need to make sure that I'm spending my time wisely and doing stuff well the first time, because if I don't do it right, I'm just going to have to do it again later. Okay. Ah, shite. It's really tricky to do like the one eye closed injured thing when you have a character that only shows half of his face. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Oh. Oh. So I'll draw him moving backwards. And then this is going to look really goofy. Where he... Actually, I don't have to make it look goofy at all. No. How do I illustrate him falling? Oh my lord, what is happening? I think I've said this before, but like a lot of times when you're drawing like this, I get the feeling, maybe this is just me, but I'm just like halfway through, I'm just like, this is shit, just bail, just start over. But there's like this other voice in your head that's just like, no, I can save it. I can salvage this. And sometimes you can. But usually you can't. Is there a way to shortcut these harnesses? That would make my life a lot easier. No, of course not. We don't want to make Chris's life easier. Getting a little nitpicky. Boom, boom. Okay. I wish enter would just anchor it. Having to like reach down and press that button every time is so nitpicky. And then maybe some drag marks. It's so quickly how it's so quickly. It's so funny how like just in the context of the script how quickly the tables have turned. Okay, and I think I know what the next couple shots are going to be. So now I want his recovery. No. No. Whoops. Made him a box. My hand's shaking. Am I okay? Fuck. Yeah, look at how much shake that is. Good lord. Ugh. Wunderbar. Yeah, there we go. Sure. Definitely getting to the point where I'm starting to nitpick a little much on this one, so let's just try to wrap this shot up. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm trying to think in my mind what the difference is between having an arrow like in front of him in this case or behind him. Like to me, the arrow behind almost indicates like he's still moving, whereas this is like he came to this position. Oh, did I hit save? I might have hit save instinctively. Yeah, I must have hit save instinctively because I didn't consciously do that. That's so funny. Okay. So next, I want a close-up on Kakato. Let me double check and make sure I didn't miss anything. Slam him, throw him around the room, and they almost got him again just now. We saw that, and now he does his line. Impossible. Impossible. Masaka. Maybe he's like holding his side. Sure. And I almost gave him 5 fingers this time. I'm so generous. I want to do the super low face again because I really like the way that looks. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Oh, he might need another line there. I gotta slow down with hitting save. Like, it's good to do, but it takes like a solid 10 seconds. Alright. Ugh. Tablet lags and it spits out a straight line. You know what? It's fine. Sorry, I was gonna check my stream real quick. Everything looks good. Sehr good. Alright. So now he's gonna get grabbed again. I'm trying to think of the most efficient way to do this. So this is the impossible, where did all this power come from? And... ooh, I got an idea. Maybe I'll... because I listed here after the hero tome line. But maybe I'll use this first shot as illustration for him getting grabbed. And then... so I'll have it grab one hand, and then it'll do his line, and then it'll grab the other limbs. That might be kind of cool. The question is, do I want to completely reuse this frame or do it from a different angle? I'll do both. YOLO, right? Or do I want to do the other hand? Nah. Whoops. Actually, that's really good framing. I was just thinking, like, oh my god, it's going to be such a pain to, like, rotoscope my hand grabbing a JRPG limb like this, but actually, that actually sounds like kind of an exciting challenge. Like, that might be a fun setup. Grabbing it really tight. And I'm going to do it from a slightly different angle. Delete. Here's the hand in the foreground, grabbing him. I don't have any specificity behind whether it's a right hand or a left hand. I also have no preference. So I'm just kind of just doing whatever fits the shot that I'm trying to draw. And I feel like those details will come out later. Some foreshortening. Getting very bold with my foreshortening. I think it was this leg was forward. Despite what I just said, I think I should at least attempt some continuity where it's applicable. Things like the direction of the fingers, I feel like matters less. I mean, unless it completely ruins the shot, like, we're going to have to fix it later. It's just, I'm trying to illustrate the concept of, hey, he got grabbed. Maybe more. He knows he's gonna get fucked up. I wish I still had that hand from earlier. In fact, I might save this hand for a later shot. Duplicate layer. Because I think at this point... Ah, shit. Here comes the hard part. This is a really cool shot that I want to do. I think that's why it's going to be so difficult. Excuse me. Alright, this next shot should be pretty easy. It's the shot after that I'm a little concerned about. So, erase this guy. And this shot, I want to change his head. So you just barely see it coming in. Maybe. I might change my mind on that later. It looks like he's looking towards it. Maybe that doesn't work. I do want to show him looking forward. Alright. So now... So we got one hand grabbed. So now it's the... Okay, let me read through this. Hands hold Kakuto down as other hands charge up Kamehameha-like blast. The blast blows away half of the building and flies across the city. Okay. So I just need to do this portion. So I'm thinking it'll be him charging up the blast, and then we'll show Kakuto getting grabbed. Or do I want to show him getting grabbed now? Maybe. Maybe. I might have changed my mind on this, actually. So, what I think I'll do is I'll do close-ups and then a wide shot of him all held together. So, close-up. Ooh, maybe it's like one around each limb and then one around his neck. So this is Kakato's hand. Gets a little confusing when we got multiple hands grabbing each other. Whoops. Whatever. Oh my god, that looks fantastic! Big old demonic demon hand grabbing him. Demonic hand, maybe more like a spiritual hand, I guess. I think I need to draw his body just... Sure. That looks great. And I might be real lazy with this one. I might just turn his hand into a shoe. And rotate it slightly. In fact, that's 100% what I'm going to do. Work smarter, not harder. Look at that shit. Okay. I'm still not doing the shortcuts. Hold. Here. I restarted that because I fucked up, not because I didn't do the shortcut. That'd be a silly reason to start over a thing. Shift T. Whoops. Where do I want this? He looks like he's being splayed like a flit, not a flit, like a being drawn and quartered, like the medieval torture. Make that go a different direction just to make it look a little different. Okay. Duplicate. So let's see what happens. He gets his left hand grabbed, right hand. So maybe it should be left foot. Can I just, do I have to do a selection or can I just flip this whole frame? Oh, I can! Bitchin'. And what is that shortcut for flip? Whoops. Come on. You're up for a second. Shift F. 0% chance I'm ever going to remember that. Okay. So it goes... Impossible! Where did all this power come from? Grab. And then emphasize it. And then another one comes in. Grab, grab, grab. And now I want one for the neck. Can I just copy this again? That'd be awesome if I could. Oh, I did it again. I'm just so used to it. I wonder how many hours I've clocked in this. I mean, I've done like, what, 5 live streams, and they've all been about 2 hours, so that's like, what, 10, 12-ish hours, something like that. And I've definitely clocked more in this program. So I've been working with this for so long, I'm just used to using them shortcut, or not using them shortcuts. Okay. Just want to double check and make sure I didn't mess anything up. I'm super paranoid. As you should be. And I might have to widen this a bit more. And I'm gonna... Oh, I'm gonna do that. Ha ha ha. And then boom. And then Shift T, boom. And then widen. And I might have to zoom it a little bit. Shift E. Look at all this shortcut use. My efficiency has gone to the maximum. Except for this part. I'll draw his neck. Oops. Maybe that's okay. This will be a case where when I do it in the actual show, I'll have to add a neck because the JRPG sprites don't have a neck. Oops. I always love doing the teeth with the little plus signs. I don't know why, but it's just a very charming way to do it. I think I see a problem. And it's ironically that I don't think it should have a neck, actually. I think it looks a lot more tight. Oh, God, that was horrible. It looks a lot more of a tight grip if his chin, like, overlaps the hand, the spirit hand thing. T. Something like that. And I just gotta do some erasing. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a dramatic difference, but it at least looks like his neck is less stretched. F. Gotta get into that habit. If I get into that habit of using shortcuts, it will save me minutes over the course of a work session. Actually, let's scale that up a bit more so it fits better. Instead of drawing more and revealing more, I'm just going to scale it up. Okay. Now I want the full shot of him hovering in air, held aloft by ghost hands. I don't think I'm going to be super anal about the quality of them. I think I'm just going to do it and get her done. I have to stop saying that. It just feels like just such a natural... not natural. It feels like just such a... I don't know what to say. What did I do to his body? Get her done is just such a... Well, I think it's also... How do I say this? It's the need to say something that's very straight and serious, but do it with a stupid voice so it sounds more interesting. I don't know if that makes sense, or if that's only me who does that. It's a distinct possibility. Okay. So... don't have to be super fancy. The thing I learned while doing this process more than anything is emphasizing like really what matters. It's like, do I need to make sure that every drawing looks horrendously realistic and beautiful? Like, no. And by insisting on doing so anyway, I made my project weaker by taking longer. Yeah, that works. Case in point, this looks like shit. Move my mouse out of the way. Oh, I feel like I've drawn so much Kakato. But slight spoilers, he will be exiting the scene shortly. So I don't have to worry about that much more. That's fine. Okay. Let me save while I go read this. Read the script. Okay. Well, it says hold him down, but I like the idea of him being held aloft. So now we're going back and doing this. And this is, as I mentioned, this is a line that I've been excited to do for a very, very long time. All right. Whew. Sorry, just give me 1 second to rest my eyes for like one moment. The reason I'm so excited for this shot is not only is this like the turning point and also like the big badass moment. Like Kakato's intro, this is something that I've had in the works for quite a while. So I'm really excited to see it. This is definitely like a very Dragon Ball inspired moment. Well, I should say, yeah, I guess in a way it kind of is very Dragon Ball Z inspired, but it's just this badass moment of just like, yeah, you think you hold all the power? Well, guess what? I am power. Like, it's just, the show is very silly. Oh shit, I forgot the tendril around his neck. The show is very silly, but I still like to employ these movements of drama and coolness and badass, and I feel like this is a good, really badass moment. I'm excited for it. Alright. So let's go back to Hero. Finally, I get to draw somebody else. I almost want to see them like face to face. Or maybe it's over his shoulder, over Kakato's shoulder. I almost kind of like how they aren't really like hands anymore. They've just kind of become just like mush, just specifically designed to hold him in place. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. I can guarantee it's not going to be any more than another hour. But definitely, at the very least, I want to get this scene done. Maybe I should do something to parallel the two T-posing characters. Oh, I didn't do the perfect lines, but whatever. And I got to bring those hands back at some point, because the hands are going to animate. The hands that are surrounding him, the ones that I drew last time, those actually come into play in a very important way. I do want to draw that parallel. I just don't know how. Well, I'm just going to focus on doing the Kamehameha wave for now. So I'm just going to do very focused on him. So the last line was, "Listen here, Depeche Chode." And this moment's very important because this is where we see that the magical tome actually has the ability to take over our hero's body and control him and do stuff of its own volition. And so that's kind of a... This is kind of like a... Not only like this big badass moment as I describe it, but it's also like a watershed moment for their relationship. Glowing eyes. And when I do the glowing eyes, they'll probably just be white. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller. F. F in chat. Come on. Shift T. I really want to showcase these multiple hands. And what I'm going to do, actually, because I'm a smart boy... Good lord, look at all these. Right here. I think I called it arms. So I'll just duplicate that. And I might just call it arms copy. You know, in Photoshop there was this thing where you could link layers together. I kind of miss that right now. Wait. Shift T. Oh, I must have hit the wrong button. Why is this the whole screen? What is going on? Here. I didn't hit F. Come on. What? What is... Why is that not... Okay, let's try that again. Why is this not... What is going on? Good lord. Okay. Oh, let me rest my hands. Let me rest my eyes. Let me rest my brain. Fuck. Okay. Ugh. Circling this up. Okay, there's very clearly something wrong with this layer. What is going on, man? Is there... Let me try this one. That's... Alright, cool. Just ignore me. That's fine. What is going wrong? Do I have a selection already? Oh, I do. What am I selecting? What is... Okay. Sure, whatever. It just doesn't want to do it. Oh. It did do it. It's just not displaying properly. I must have hit like some kind of control by accident. Whatever. We're moving on. Alright, so he's surrounded by all these hands. Anchor. Whew, boy. Alright. That took way longer than that should have. So next I'm going to pose him in the Kamehameha. Alright. Oh wait, didn't he have a glow around him? Or I must have not drawn that on this one yet. And the reason I'm even bothering to get the arms back. Okay, sorry, I was picturing what to do. Is because the reason I'm doing the arms is because they're going to be part of this animation change. Like they're going to change. They've been like this the whole time, and then they're going to change during this moment. It's like he's concentrating all of his energy down into one blast. All right, duplicate that. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna be a lazy boy because all I need to do is change his body. And in fact, I'm going to leave the tone there, too. Ugh. Okay. So I want to do a... Here's the tricky part is... maybe the tone gets out of the way. That'd be kind of funny. It's a lot of complicated stuff happening here. Yeah, I'm gonna move the tome, if for no other reason than just... Or if nothing else than just temporarily. Okay, something's definitely gone wrong. I must have hit something. Click drag to replace current selection. Okay, that's not... I definitely hit something at some point by mistake. But it seems like it's still working. No. Damn it. Oh, no wonder. I'm doing his other arm wrong. It's like, how do you draw a Kamehameha wave? You'd think the amount of times I drew this as a kid, I would just have it, like, on lock. It looks so weird doing this. That actually doesn't look too bad. No, I'm moving the tone back. It looks stupid. I can't imagine that looking good. Moving you back. Oh, this really freaks me out. I feel like I should restart GIMP. Maybe I can get away with him putting him just there and just pretending that hero stepped to the side. Yeah, sure. That works. Now we got the hands. How do I want to do this? I think I'll do another arms. Just call it arms copy Koipi. Copy 2. I should be better about my naming conventions. I really should. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go over these and fix them. So I'm going to rename these. You know what I'll do? I'll do arms 525. I'll do arms just to keep things clean. 4 and arms 483. It's better than nothing. At least I know where they go. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to batch export all of these, so I don't have to export each frame individually. That would take days. So, arms C525. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, I can't guarantee that these will come out in the right order, so it's probably good to have them in some form of proper naming convention. So now I want all of these hands doing the Kamehameha pose. This thing that I just established, I have a really hard time drawing. How do I want to do this? Temporarily lower the opacity on this. And then when all's said and done, I'm going to actually lower the opacity on this one. Oh, this is going to be weird. And then I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but this is what I'm going with. Maybe some big arcs. I don't think I'm going to draw any more hands because it's going to make everything look muddier. And then even bigger arcs. I don't remember how many it was. What is this? 2, 4, 6. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the other arms were 4, 8. They were actually 10. So I'll do one more set. And I can just squeeze them in the middle. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. Sure. All right, bring back the opacity there, lower the opacity here. What was it on? 80, okay. Okay. So, he shows up, he's got all the arms around him, and then they all converge, and then now I want to change the angle, because this clearly wasn't too difficult for me. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Delete layer. I want to duplicate this one. Now I'm just going to redraw it from scratch. Actually, I'm going to draw it a little bit closer too. And then when he shoots the blast, I think it'll be at another Dutch angle. Because I have a problem. Pantomiming to myself so I can see what this should look like. Actually. Ugh. Okay. What was his legs like? Okay. Close to a box stance as I can possibly muster. Ooh, he's got tiny little legs. I'll just do a regular box stance. Don't need to overthink it. That might look even too shitty. How do I fix this? Change his head pose, maybe. Oh man, I might be burning out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I think maybe this is a good point for another break. I'm going to take a break before I mess this up too badly. Let me save. All right. Sorry about that, but yeah, I don't want to mess this up, so I will BRB. Okay, I am back, and I think it's time for the home stretch, at least for today. Um, by getting through these next few frames, I think I'm gonna be in a very good spot, at least for the weekend. I can definitely make up a lot more tomorrow, so I don't think there's any sense in pushing way too much harder. I'm gonna go for another 30-ish minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And yeah, I think stepping away was definitely the right move because I see a lot wrong with this. I'm just gonna kind of start over. Well, hold on. Hold that thought. So what have we got so far? Zoom back out. Oh, music. I was like, it's deafeningly quiet. Fade out. All right, cool. All right, zoom back out. So he's getting grabbed by all the hands. Whoops. Over the shoulder. Hero reveals himself. I really cannot talk today. And we got this with the arms. And then he does the Kamehameha where the arms all converge. And then now we got the side shot. This is not right at all. I'm just gonna start over. My first instinct was correct. Whoops. Oh my lord. I think more like a... I don't think I want a perfectly side-on shot. I think I want a... like a 3/4 side shot. Whoops. I didn't mean for it to look like this, but I'm actually kind of okay with it. I'm also very much asking for trouble because doing 3/4 shots with the whole sprite sheet thing, with the sprite animations, is gonna be... It ain't gonna be fun. I almost feel like this really behooves a close-up. Maybe I will. Duplicate. And I did not F. How dare I? Let's get really close up. You know what? Come to think of it, why did I even bother doing it that way when I could literally just redraw it? I want... Okay, I think I got something. I want to showcase that it's Hero... Oh, fuck. It's Hero's face, but also that it's the tome talking. The Page Master. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I am power. And maybe the tome comes up from the bottom of the screen. I just kind of gave Hero a nose. Oops. It's fine. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. Maybe I'll duplicate this guy. This is where we actually do the blast. It's all right. Part of me is a little concerned because I'm like, I'm not showcasing the whole time that he's got like the glowy eyes, that he's being controlled and all that, but I also recognize that that's not 100% necessary in every shot. Like, the continuity will help make that make sense. Oh, that actually looks kind of good. That was a complete accident. Maybe I'll do another shot. Oh, okay. I know what I'll do. Go back here. A bit of glow building up. And then we'll do... Whoops. Wrong layer. Then we'll do this and this. And it's just... the biggest blast imaginable. Whoops. It's amazing to hit like the wrong key 4 times consecutively. F. Select. Boom. Control T. I am definitely going to have to restart after this. Oh, that looks much better. Do I have a Kakato shot? I want to show his reaction. Am I missing anything? Before I continue. Hands did that. Charge of Kamehameha like blast. We did this. The blast blows away half the... Okay, so that's what we got to do next. So I want to show Kakato's reaction, and then I'm going to show the building getting blown away. In fact, I might even make this a bit bigger. Yeah, something kind of crazy. It really should just fill up the whole frame. I feel like even that's not big enough, but... I mean, I can fix that. We'll fix it in post. I'm not in love with this shot as much. I feel like it almost should be from the side. I'll think about it later. I need a Kakato reaction shot. Well, I can just redraw that. I'm not gonna... It would be more effort to copy it and paste it and scale it and all that. Stuff around his neck. And maybe I'll hint that the blast is coming towards him. Okay. Alright. I think that looks good. Alright. Okay. And then now I need a shot of the building. I think I had one like 200 drawings ago. Oh, after that. Woo, we've come a long way. Not just in terms of number of frames, but in terms of the stability of my drawing ability. Jeez, how far back is it? After this. Before this. Okay. I might be able to reuse this shot too. Duplicate. And I actually probably should have done this one next. Duplicate. Wait. So I want the two 500 ones. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, that's right. There's no shift select. Ugh. Or is there control? Nope. Get fucked. Drag each one individually. Come on, come on. Ugh, lordy. Not making this easy for me. Oop, I saw it. All right. Oh my god. I let go in the wrong spot. Ugh. So how's your week going? Whoever's listening to this. We're almost there. Come on. I really feel like it's moments like this that I sit here and I reflect on GIMP's tools and I'm just like, oh man, you guys really need to, like, don't get me wrong, Photoshop and Adobe are full of bullshit, but like stuff like that, it's just like the quality of life experience is just not the same. Bear with me. Okay. So I'll name this one 353. This will be 351. This will be 35 dose. Oops. Dose. Okay, so it goes to this shot. I don't even know if I need this. I might not need this yet, now that I'm thinking about it. Because it's just going to be like a giant wave of shit on the screen. I don't really see the value in showing that right now. Put that there, and I'll come back to it later. Put this back to 1. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll have this. Duplicate. Boom. Now it's properly named. Everything's fine now. All right. So this thing goes... Oh, wait, hold on. So there should be a neutral warehouse. Okay. So part of it gets blown away. And I might duplicate that again as an after shot. Actually, yeah. In fact, I'm going to do that. Duplicate. This would be 5. This would be 3. Remove that. And then now there's just like this big... Looks like somebody took a bite out of it. Want to make sure you can still see the college in the background. But yeah, the scale of the... Oh, fucking shit. The scale of this attack needs to be kind of bonkers. And that's why having this establishing shot and being able to reuse it is helpful. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. And then the aftermath. Maybe there's some like streaks on the ground. Some smoke, fire. Something. Whew. Okay. And now I just gotta destroy this room. Ay. Whoops. Real quick, let's double check this. So, as the dust settles and the glow fades, hero drops to the floor and vomits. Maybe I can showcase that. I might end it there. So let's show the room destroyed. Oh my, wow, twice in a row? Really? So there's just an entire wall missing. Actually, let's do it like this. Okay. That wall's not even there anymore. And maybe these boxes, just got, sheer... Not even sheer, just, carved out. Yeah, I think it's good to keep the structure of the building still in mind. And this is a shot I can definitely use multiple times. In fact, I will be using multiple times. The boxes are one solid mass. Yeah. And then some background elements. It's kind of hard to show that it's the outside, but I'll draw the university in the background. Maybe the moon. Just to help sell it. Some fire. Fuego. Alright, it's becoming a little visually messy. It's getting harder to tell what's even happening. The college kind of looks like fire, so let me fix that. P. So I'll make it a little bit more geometric. Cool. Alright, I'm going to draw a hero falling to the floor. And I think that's going to be it for today. Let me showcase hero. Whoops. So I think I'm going to do a generic one without the glow, and then I'll duplicate it. One thing I'm just now realizing that I didn't do that I kind of wish I did was when he's in the glowy state, maybe his hair is flowing in the wind. Okay. So let me duplicate. Hide the new one. Glow around him. Alright. Then duplicate again. And delete. And then he will fall to the ground. But, oh, good lord. Easy now. Ugh. And then, which angle should his face take? Hair is flowing back. Sure. Alright, and I think this next one will be the last one. So I'm going to take the time to say thank you for watching all the way up to this point. It's really exciting to see that we're getting to the very, very home stretch of Homesick Episode 5. Or at least the storyboards, and maybe, just maybe, sometime this month I'll be able to actually start fucking animating. Christ. Definitely need a butt. But yeah, this has been a good session. I think I like doing it on the weekends just because I have a little bit more energy and I have a little bit more time to dedicate to it. So I feel like I'm getting more bang for the time. But yeah, let's do the last frame. And it's going to make a couple little changes. And he is laying in a pool of vomit. And I'm going to draw the tome falling. That's a detail that I literally just thought of just now. Didn't even occur to me. Oh, wow. How did I fuck that up? Didn't even occur to me while I was writing it, but I think that's a good detail to showcase that just things are just like returning to normal. All right. Before I wrap up for the day, let's do our usual. I need to make this a real habit. Save. And let's look over what we've done for the day. Just a sec. All right. Oh, that's way old. I am curious as to how many frames we did. Did a lot. That was from today. Oops. It's from last time. Last time. So, God, yeah. Okay, so we started the day on 485. We are now on 540, which is, what is that, like 60? That's not bad. It's a little less than 60. But anyway, to review. Hands go flying out. That is dozens. Actually, let me... because I'm not going to know what the fuck that means. Ugh. Okay. Times dozens. Hands go flying out towards from the globe towards Kakato. Kakato dodges. Yeah, they slam on the ground, creating a dust cloud. Whoops. Dust cloud in front of it, Kakuto's perspective. Hands come out of it. And he starts evading, dodging. Whoops. Whoops. I keep picking the wrong ones. Dodge. He deflects. He charges up his attack. And then it's too late. He's surrounded. Boom. Another dust cloud. He pulls himself out of the dust. And while he's still moving, the hands surprise him and grab him. And slam him to the ground. Oh, I meant to do a Dutch angle one on the blast. Maybe I'll do that. It's a mini nuclear explosion. Kakuto is on the ground. Oops. Fucking A, man. He opens his eyes. Oh, I didn't never finish this one. Haha. This is why we go over the previous stuff, just to make sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember if this is supposed to be dust or explosion. Kakuto pops out of it. I'll just make this boom. Not enough dust clouds. Boom. Alright. He just manages to get out of it. And he's clearly injured because he can't even get his footing. He looks back saying, "Impossible! Where did all this power come from?" And his hand gets snatched. Ruh-roh. Another one comes. Do the different limbs. His neck. He's all trapped. Listen here, Depeche Chode. The spirit may have given you... This is hard to do with hiding and unhiding layers. A bit of power. But remember, I am power. Kabloom. And then we blow up the warehouse. And the glow fades from Hero. And he falls to the floor. And that's where we end. There is one thing I was just kind of like meh on, was the blast. I can nitpick this later, but let me just see quickly if there's anything I can do to make this... Where is it? Ah, around here. So it's that one. Whoops. The shot's kind of weak. Maybe this does want to be from a side angle. Well, then we have this shot. Maybe this wants to be a side angle. I think this is something where I can definitely tackle it again next time. I don't want to nitpick too much. And I think this has been a successful drawing day. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, wherever you are in the world, thank you for watching this far. But I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one.